Sometime in August 1956, Tom Mboya, at the time Secretary General of the Kenya Federation of Labour, KFL, paid his first visit to the United States at the invitation of the American Committee on Africa, ACOA, and the American Labour Movement. During that trip, he made the acquaintance of William Scheinman, a member of the ACOA Executive Committee. The two quickly struck rapport that quickly blossomed into a close friendship that eventually culminated in the African-American student Airlifts. Scheinman visited Kenya the following year, and on his return home, he personally paid the airfare of 17 Kenyan African students who proceeded to the United States for further studies. He went on to sponsor a further 36 students in 1958. However, by September of 1958, the number of Kenyans seeking help to pursue further education in the United States had so grown that Scheinman could no longer afford the expense. He and Mboya then decided to set up the African American Students Foundation, AASF, with its headquarters in New York City, to help African students wishing to pursue their education in the US. Mboya and Scheinman brought on board a number of other individuals to help with the venture, among them Julius Gikonyo Kiano, who had returned to Kenya in 1956 with a PhD in economics from the University of Los Angeles, Berkeley. Kiano had already founded an organization similar to AASF, the Cultural Society for the New Africa, for the purpose of helping Africans who desired to study in the United States. Mboya and Scheinman recruited an impressive team of prominent people to the AASF to help raise funds for the African Student Airlift project. They included Frank Montero, Ralph Bunch, Jackie Robinson, Cora Weiss, musician Harry Belafonte, and Hollywood actor Sidney Poitier. Besides Kiano, other famous Africans would later join the AASF Executive Board. They included Julius Nyerere, Kenneth Kaunda, and Hastings Kamuzu Banda, who would all go on to become the founding presidents of their respective countries. In the end, AASF was able to secure pledges for over 50 scholarships from universities and colleges across America and to raise in excess of $35,000. Buoyed by the positive developments, Mboya and Kiano brought on board another Kenyan, Kariuki Njiri, who had until then been independently helping Africans wishing to proceed to America for further education. AASF activities in Kenya would be located at Alvey House, situated along Victoria Street, later named Tom Mboya Street. Mrs. Ernestine Kiano and Mrs. Ruth Njiri, both African Americans with extensive knowledge of the American education system, were instrumental in securing accommodation for Kenyan students with American families. Once the student selection hurdle was taken care of, Mboya enlisted the help of two of his friends who co-owned Equatorial Travels Limited in Nairobi. With their help, Mboya was able to charter 2 aircraft at a heavily discounted cost. On September 7, 1959, the first plane carrying AASF students left Embakasi Airport in Nairobi. On board the plane were 81 students, 76 of whom were going to join universities and colleges, while the remaining 5 were headed for American high schools. 79 of the students were Kenyans, while the remaining 2 were each one from Uganda and Tanzania respectively. The students were received in New York on September 9th by AASF Executive Board members led by Montero. Among the students on the first airlift was Barack Obama, who was admitted to the University of Hawaii. While in Hawaii, he would marry Ann Dunham, with whom he had a son, Barack Hussein Obama, who went on to become the 44th President of the United States.